Hey, hey. Thanks for coming. This is another Telex short review. This time we're going to take a look at a classic, should be in everybody's cabinet, I think, is the Highland Park 12. You think Highland Park, and if you're, thinking regions, you might think they're in the Highlands, but they're not. They're actually part of the islands. Um, Different profile usually for the islands. This is a peated whiskey, so that makes it a bit interesting. I got the 12 years, like I said. You got the 43 year. I'm sorry, the 43 ABV, and you have natural color. So don't believe it's chill filtered. I tried to find extra information. They're big about the craft, so I would be surprised. And this is the newest one available right now. The last one I had before this was not labeled the Viking Honor. It was just a standard 12 tube. So let's see what we get. It's nice colors, all ex sherry casks. And I am in for a treat. Ooh, nice. It's a combination of dates and honey, is like the first two notes I get right off the bat. And it's really interesting, original to its own heather like peat. When I say heather, I'm talking like a floral kind of a peat. Um, your other peated whiskeys you might know, you might be aware of in Islay, like Lafroig and Ardbeg, Lagavulin, they use more of an earthy peat bogs, that kind of thing. This is a different type. I'm not sure if how it's different as far as I'm sure it's environmental. Usually, a lot of the islands have a lot of briny sea spray maritime notes that come along with it too. You get that with this. I love it. Some caramel, some oranges, a little bit of spice in there too. One of my top four, I'd say, 12-year-olds. Can't say enough great things about the taste coming in. 43%. It's maybe a little on the less ABV side that I like. Usually 48 to 50, but it's really hard to complain. A lot of fruit, a lot of sweetness, oranges again, cinnamon. The spice comes in more this time. Even little tobacco and tea. Some souchong, if you know, like a Japanese dark tea flavor. Hmm. Creamy, even custardy. It's got a bit going on for a 12-year-old. Especially when it's just ex sherry. We're not talking any, red wine casks or sauternes or anything extra. Marsala, no, none of that. It's all straightforward. Ex sherry, huh? Finish is pretty long. It's a nice mouth feel. I'd say it's a medium mouth coat. Nice legs for a 12-year-old too. I did not sound right. Oh my god. Um, but oiliness coming off the glass. But overall, I'd say you're in for a treat. The only ones I'd rate up to this, comparatively, are Bunnahabhain, Glendronach, and Kilkerran. Those are some 12-year-olds I think that can hang with this one. But most of them are about, on par. I think this is like the trendsetter, we'll say. If I had to give it a score, I'm thinking this is going to be a 3.5 out of 5. But let's just to make sure, let's put a little water on it. It is lower ABV, but before we call it a day, let's give it a drop and just see what we get. There we go. Let's see. I think we might tame the toffee and caramel notes and maybe get more spice. That's a theory, but it's been a while since I've sat down and put a little water on it. Hmm. Yeah, a little more spice, peppery, black pepper on the finish more as well afterward. Still sweetness is still there. I mean, it's so sweet out of the gate. It can handle a drop, but you better like spice once you do it. That's the only issue. Hmm. At least the honey and the tea and the notes are still there. I'm not sure if it really adds a lot to the palate though. And I think being a 12 and not a 15, 18, 21, I think that's where this is going to suffer a little more. But still, I think it's 3.5 out of 5, which is on par. Not as good as a Glendronach 12, but in my opinion, subjective to that point. But it's hanging right there, right beside, like right behind it. It's a solid dram. I think any whiskey lover would like, especially if they're not ready for Isla peat. This is the best type of peat to kind of taste first, just to get your toes in the water and see where it goes from there. But it's got some nice bourbon, ex-bourbon characteristics to it too, with the sweetness and there's even a little corn flavor in there. It's not my favorite, but the malt is there too to balance it out a bit. So thanks for coming by, and we'll start a new live feed here in a second with Malt Muser, and we'll take a look at this one, and we'll also take a look at the Highland Park 21. So much of for now.